YouTube, it's RobertJ and welcome to my channel. Yun, welcome back to me. By the way guys, ang tagal kong di nag-reaction video. Na-miss nyo ba ako? Ako na-miss ko kayo. Ang tagal kong di nag-reaction video. Siguro mga isang buwan inabot. Mga ganun. Ang problema kasi, nasira kasi yung may parts kasi sa computer ko, nasira yung hard drive disk. Ano yun eh, doon nakasave yung mga videos na i-upload ko. So may na-edit na akong 3 video doon. So anong nangyari, hindi na ma-detect yung sinabi ko na nasira, yung parts ng computer. Sa mga may alam sa computer diyan, alam niyo na kung ano ibig ko sabihin. Ngayon, ang ginagamit ko, ito ang ginamit ko ngayon yung SSD, solid state drive. So doon ako mag-save ng mga i-upload ko na video na i-edit ko. Kakabili ko lang ng SSD. Bumili akong bago siguro mga 500 gig. Medyo mataas-taas na yun. Para marami akong masave na i-upload ko sa YouTube. So, ayun guys, no? Ano pa hinintay natin? Kanayin natin to ulit si Nukes Top 5. Kutsa, na-miss ko to si Nukes Top 5, ah. Ang title nito is Scary Videos That Will Scare the Heck Out of You. Ayan. So, ano pa hinantay natin? Tara! Kanayin na natin.
Hunter Mathis lives in a historic home in Memphis, Tennessee that was built in 1859. The house sits across from a forensic center where actual autopsies are often performed. One night when Hunter is home alone, he spots someone wearing a hat just standing on his front porch. And this is when things start to get really creepy.
Gagi, may anino. Nakakatakot yung bahay. Tignan nyo naman, oh. Alam niyo yung bahay sa, yung, ano ba to, yung movie na The Conjuring. Nakakatakot. Tapos, ikaw mag-isa. Natakot.
What in the actual hell?
Wala.
There's literally...
Now, Hunter says that he opened the door because, unfortunately, having strangers standing on his doorstep is a common problem, but it's usually easily solved.
We live in downtown Memphis, which means we're used to having a homeless population. Usually when it rains, we will have homeless people walk up on the porch and...
Tarantado to, pares pa yata kami ng bigote.
It is sad, but we do have to ask them to leave because we're on a private property. Every time I have had to...
Kaya nga lang, mas pogi siya sa akin. Yun lang pinagkaiba.
ask a homeless person to get off the porch. They've always been kind, sweet, or just listened. They're just like you and me. They're just in much rougher circumstances. I was perplexed in the video because I thought, I didn't pay attention to the light passing through the shadow. I was like, it's not raining. Why is someone on my front porch? I get that to a lot of you in your everyday lives, that's not a good call. And probably moving forward, I won't do that. But I've been in that situation multiple times and I just didn't think anything about it.
Now, Hunter has even tried to debunk his own video to figure out exactly what he could have saw at his door that night, but it still just doesn't make sense.
The front of our house where somebody would be. For them to run, where would they have to hide? It goes straight out, guts out. This way, another commercial building, it juts out. They would also have to jump down into this drop of a fence and go that way.
Hunter says that he has lived in the house for 2 years, but he has never experienced anything like this. So just who or what did he see at his door?
Pero mas nakakatakot yung bahay niya. Imagine niyo yung ganyang kalaking bahay. Kung ako magkakaroon ako ng ganyang kalaking bahay, sisiguraduhin kung marami kaming nakatira dyan. Pero kung ikaw lang mag-isa o kaya dalawa kayo ng asawa mo, wag na lang.
Next up, a woman is recording a video with her daughter to show off her new blue LED pool lights. But when she reviews her clip, she notices that she accidentally caught something that is downright creepy. Some odd translucent figure seems to eerily float around the edge of the pool, passing right through the woman's daughter. So are these figures just a trick of the light?
Gagi, parang pugot yung ulo. Pansin nyo ba?
Or did these people capture real evidence of the supernatural? A little visit. Nuke's Top 5 viewer Jose Gonzalez sent me this strange footage that was captured just outside an apartment complex in Southern California. Jose says that the footage was caught by a family friend on a door cam just outside her apartment. It shows something that is truly bizarre.
Bumukas yung ilaw dito. Ito sa may hagdan.
Some little figure that seems to be walking on two legs moves under the stairs. Then, as a woman
Gago, parang ang liit to. Oh, ito. Ito siya, oh.
passes by, it seems to press itself up
Ang liit.
against the wall to avoid her attention. Then, the little figure quickly crawls between the steps and disappears out of sight.
Parang ano, abay sa atin sa tawag sa atin dyan, pagka pinaglalaroan ka ng ano, duwende. Parang duwende.
Weirdly,
Duwende talaga to. Mare.
whatever this is almost looks like it's dressed in a tiny little robe. Now, Jose believes that the security cam caught a duende, a mischievous creature from Spanish and Latin American folklore that is said to be similar to a gnome or leprechaun. But let me know what you think this is. Through the eyes of a child, a young woman named Kyla says that she once saw a ghost when she was only 3 years old. Her aunt is filming her at the table when suddenly this happens.
Look, the apple. Don't come in here. Okay, stay in there. Stay in there in the library. Don't come in here. Okay?
Gagi, may nakikita yung bata.
I won't eat you anymore. I'm just gonna get.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Who you talking to?
I don't want to stop.
Huh?
I don't like that one.
Well, who? You don't like who? What, baby?
I don't like that one.
Like what?
Okay, guys.
It's now 15 years later and Kyla is 18. She says she has very little memory of this specific
Dalaga na
incident.
siya.
So basically, me and my aunt, I was at my aunt's house. My grandma lived down the street, and I guess my mom was at work. We were just eating potato soup, and I guess I saw something or someone on the stairs, and I was like, "Don't you come in here!" And they just kept getting closer to me, and you could
Ito legit to. Nung bata siya, may nakikita talaga siya. Ngayon, dalaga na siya. Ayan, kinikwento niya.
see that I'm looking that way, and I'm just like, because it's coming at me, and I'm like, get away.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Now we go to Wichita, Kansas, where Nuke's Top 5 viewer Dallas Clark says that she's worried that her home might be haunted after her Ring camera captures a very strange conversation. You see, her young son seems to be having an argument with someone. But the problem is, he's in his room, all alone.
Bata na naman. Nakakatakot pag ang nagmumulto bata. Paluluwa ng bata. O kaya pag yung bata minumulto. Kadalasan na may nakikita. Hindi nagsisinungaling yung bata eh. Pag may nakikita yan talagang sabihin yan.
Won't talk. You don't talk to me. Wait, ghost man. Ghost man, ghost man. Ghost man, you say yes.
May kinakausap yung bata.
Stupid. You don't like you.
Lagi legit yan.
Yeah. You want to talk to me, ghost? Huh? You want to talk? You want to talk?
Legit to, legit to. Nire-record na ng camera yan. Wala siyang kasama.
Me?
Yung kasama niya, multo.
I'm gonna
Yung kausap niya.
beat you up. Because if you don't be quiet now, I'll go.
Katakot, puta.
Go. Goose.
The toddler seems to be speaking to an invisible entity that he has named, quote, Ghost Man. The boy even goes so far as to threaten to beat up Ghost Man.
I'm gonna beat you up. Because if you don't be quiet
Oh,
now,
tapang ng bata.
The little boy even yells for the ghost to leave.
I'll go. Go. Goose.
Dallas says that her son still speaks to, quote, Ghost Man, and that she has captured other spooky disturbances all around her home. Another family in Houston, Texas has a similar strange experience with their
Delikado
one-year-old.
yun. Buti naka... Ito, tingnan nyo ah. Ito, delikado dyan eh. Tingnan nyo yung mga bata ah. Ito, buti nakatawid na sila bago pa nalaglag yun.
All around her home.
Mahirap niyan pagkawali yun. Puta na, bagsakan sa ulo. Si Bebe yun. Ito. Ayan, kawali yata yun.
Another family in Houston, Texas has a similar strange experience with their one-year-old daughter. One evening, Tiffany Matthews notices that her little girl is looking at something in their kitchen, and that's when things get really weird.
Sa bata na naman, minumulto na naman yung bata.
But it's an invisible person, and they're tickling her.
They're doing love for that.
Gagi, nakikipaglaro sa kanya.
Stop.
Who play on your baby?
And I pray so much, it can't be no bad spirit in here. 'Cause I pray so much over this house.
Hey. You play with your granny? You play with your granny?
Grabe yung video ni Nuke's Top 5 ngayon ah. Puro bata yung minumulto.
You play with your granny?
Narinig ba kayo nagpupukpok? Oh, may ginagawa kasi doon sa baba eh. Pinto ata yung ginagawa doon.
She is really interacting. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Gago, nakikipaglaro
Little
sa
one-year-old
kanya.
Trinity can be seen happily reacting to something her family just can't see.
Nakikipaglaro sa
The
kanya.
child's
yung multo.
mother believes that whatever this is can't be anything malicious. She thinks that her daughter is probably playing with the loving spirit of her grandmother.
Nakikipaglaro
So
sa
do
kanya.
you think this is all just a child's overactive imagination? Or just what are these young children seeing? You decide.
Tatlo sila, no?
If you see something that you think would be perfect for the top 5, email me at nukestop5@gmail.com. You can also tag me on TikTok at nukestop5official. And be sure to tag me only at nukestop5official because there are a lot of fake accounts on there. Ghost hunts gone wrong. In this next video, a ghost hunter named Alex is exploring a haunted house where he hears a rumbling noise coming from a nearby wardrobe.
Ito talaga. Uy, puta. Yun lang.
The mirror on the wardrobe burst outward, sending sharp shards of glass flying towards Alex, barely missing him. But there's something even
Parang may aninong lumabas dito.
weirder
Ito,
here.
tingnan nyo ah. Ang bilis eh.
Because, did you see it?
Ako nakita ko yun.
Some bizarre shadow figure comes flying right out of the mirror and darts across the room so fast that Alex doesn't even notice. He checks the inside of the wardrobe, but there's nothing there. Mark Sebastian is staying at the infamous Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel is said to be one of the most haunted hotels in North America, and is most famously known as the inspiration for the Stephen King book and subsequent movie, The Shining. Turns out that the hotel does live up to its spooky reputation. As Mark is filming the outside of the hotel late one night, he captures this.
Ang ganda ng hotel, kaya lang nakakatakot yung ganyan itsura. Oo, ano yun?
I'm not kidding. I just saw someone move in that window. Look in this window right here.
Nasaan?
Shh.
A dark figure seems to peek out of one of the hotel's upper
May
windows.
sumilip po.
But what's especially creepy is that this room is closed and locked off, inaccessible to the public.
This is the room where I saw something. There's no one there.
Even the hotel staff can't explain Mark's strange ghostly capture, as no member of the staff patrols that room, and it's not open to hotel guests.
Really creepy though.
Isn't that creepy?
I'm glad you caught that though.
Me too.
You should show the tours.
Okay, I'll show the tours downstairs. Okay. I confirmed with the staff that no one was in there. They don't do patrols inside of that room. And most certainly not at 2:30 a.m.
I want to let you know that I was on live the entire night that night. So there are at least 1,000 people who saw the events of the footage you just saw play out in real time. It's a locked whiskey bar that is only open for private events. And as soon as I saw Mr. Shadow Man show his ass, I ran up to the door of that room that is on that little patio that you can see in the video, shined a flashlight in and showed that there was no one in there.
So just who or what did Mark see? Let me know what you think.
Malamang multo yan.
This next clip was sent to me by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Zach S. He says that just after midnight, he and his friend Brandon were exploring a tunnel in Shinks Ferry, Pennsylvania, that locals claim is extremely
Ito tunnel. Ito talaga. Nakakatakot talaga to.
haunted.
Lalo pag yung tunnel sa bandang dulo medyo malayo tas napakadilim. Talaga.
As the guys look around, something happens that chills them to their core.
Ang dilim oh.
Seriously, what is that? I hear it sounds like boots, like wet boots walking over here.
But I heard that too, but did you hear the like low like
Yeah!
it's like a male
Yeah, that's what I was describing as a growl.
it's like a male grunting.
Saying what the
Bakit?
The two guys hear what sounds like a person moving in the tunnel, which kind of freaks them out. But as they go to check it out, they hear what almost sounds like a loud wailing moan from somewhere very close by. This sends the guys screaming back to their car in absolute terror.
Ayun oh, meron nga. Parang may naungol, ganun. Di ba baka ibang ungol iniisip nyo. Naungol siya eh. Pakinggan natin.
Screaming back to their car in absolute terror.
You know. Oh.
Saying what the
Nakatawa. Grabe tumili yung isa.
So did Zach and Brandon hear a ghost tromping around and whooping it up? Well, you decide. Caught on camera. Now, I don't usually feature scary photos on the channel because they're just too easy to fake. But I found these pictures especially interesting just because they're so strange and seem much harder to manipulate. Now, first up, some women were on a girls' trip to celebrate one of the women's birthdays. There were no husbands or boyfriends and no children in attendance. So one of the women snapped a live photo on her iPhone and captured this.
Ano nakuha nandyan?
Did you see it?
Hindi.
On the right side of the picture, a small boy who seems to be absolutely colorless appears over the women's shoulders.
Ayos na yun. Ay, tingnan nyo naman yung mukha, oh. Ang inang yan. Lagi hindi edit yan.
Now, if you don't know, an iPhone live photo captures a few frames before the photo and a few frames after. And if you look closely,
Hindi edit yan, oh. Gumagalaw pa, oh. Hindi edit yan. Yun ang itsura ng bata, Diyos ko po. Ay, kinikilabutan ako.
this little pale gray boy actually seems to be moving. The women say that they have no idea who this boy could be, as there were absolutely no children around anywhere. Next up, a young woman named Tegan is taking a picture with her boyfriend. But later when she prints the photo out, she notices something very odd in the background.
Ay, gago.
A very tall, thin man with indistinct features and hollow eyes
Oh, tingnan nyo naman itsura, oh. Utang ina. Oh. Alam niyo yung ano, parang... wait lang, ah. Parang nagbigti. Nakabigti na tao. Tapos, yung kamay niya, yun na, parang haba ng kamay, oh. Ay!
can be seen watching them. The couple claims that the strange man with seemingly extra long limbs was not there when they took the picture. Destination unknown. Now, this story is about a different kind of scare, one that you might not take seriously, but maybe you should. Back in 2003, the movie Final Destination 2 was released, and it featured this classic horror scene involving a log
Na may
truck.
nalalaglag na ano. Sa 2, Final Destination 2, napanood ko yun dati. Ayan, oh. Ah! Son of a bitch. Ayan, nalaglag yung ano sa... Ayan. Ano ba tawag to?
Now, this movie scene became so iconic that when the new Final Destination movie was released earlier this year, the movie studio actually put ads on log trucks. Now, the Final Destination 2 log truck scene pretty much influenced the driving habits of a whole generation.
And this is what Final Destination did to the millennials. Look.
Nobody's behind that truck. Not one car in the lane.
Fuck you.
But some people didn't see Final Destination 2, or maybe they just didn't take it seriously.
This guy has never watched Final Destination 2 because why are we following this jam?
Tori, every single millennial is terrified, and you have, oh my gosh, we're cruising behind the lumber truck.
They have to strap those down.
Oh, I bet they said that in the movie too.
But here's what makes the Final Destination log truck scene especially creepy, because sometimes it actually happens.
Riding behind the Final Destination truck, keeping our distance. For some reason, they're gonna lose it. I swear to God, they're gonna lose a log. Happening! It's happening! It's happening!
Yay, sa Final Destination.
And if you're saying, yeah, well, that's not like the movie, the log just fell off the side, even though the driver weirdly just kept going. But no, as I said before, this has actually happened.
This crazy, boy.
Real life Final Destination, huh?
So, is it scary or just a public service message? Either way, just do not drive behind a log truck. Thank you. The devil down below. A guy named Kyle Anthony says that lately he has been hearing strange sounds around his house. Oddly enough, he says that the sounds are coming from beneath his house, in the house's crawl space. He sets up a camera down there to see what's going on. What he captures makes his blood run cold.
I just saw the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch this.
Ay, nilagyan niya ng CCTV, sinetapat. Uy, ay gago. Ang laki nito, ah. Parang may tao nung nagalaw.
Kyle's camera captures what looks like a person or something hiding in the tiny crawl space underneath his house. Thinking it might be some strange person actually living underneath his home, he goes into his house's crawl space to check it out.
I can't sleep.
Tapos pagbukas mo, nandyan.
There's a security camera. I don't know what I saw. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what this tarp is. Whether or not there's anything underneath it. I don't see anything. I don't see any signs of life. I don't see any signs of afterlife. I'm gonna get the heck out of here.
Kyle investigates and even crawls his way into the space underneath his house. But there's just no one there. So what do you think this is? Let me know. Sensing something bad. A guy named Nick takes care of his elderly grandmother who has dementia. One night while his grandmother is having an episode, weird things start to happen around their house.
Lagi may nakatayo. Ano to? Ah, lola niya. Katakot naman. Lagi may nakikita na rin yung aso. Nakatayo yung ano niya, yung lola niya. Masama nito pag sinasaniban, mamaya saniban yung lola niya. Diba? Nangyayari yun eh. Chunky naman yan. Malapit na sa kanya.
Freaking me out.
Ano to? Hindi ko maintindihan yung lola niya. Bakit nandun? Nakatayo ng gano'n. Ang weird, no? Ang creepy. Tawagin mo kaya yung lola mo. Ito, ay gagi. Ano kaya yan?
Nick's grandmother's dog starts to growl toward the kitchen for no reason. Then the roaming Roomba seems to randomly start and stop, as if it's sensing something right in front of it. But there's nothing there. And finally, something falls from the top of the fridge. Now, as for the randomly stopping Roomba, Nick later shows that the little Roomba is functioning normally, and usually only does this when it is about to collide with something, like a person standing in front of it.
Can you try to step in front of that? So it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it.
And so in the video, we also see something fall. Well, Nick also explains this, and it's a little creepy.
One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. You see how far back they are.
Posibleng malaglag niyan dito sa sa taas ng rep kasi tignan niyo to. Yung sa taas ng rep parang may nakahalang na konting ganun. Tapos dito nakapatong yung figurine. So may harang yun. Imposible yun. Wala, may nagtulak nun. O di kaya sabihin natin malaking daga. Ganyan, kadalasan.
Genuinely. I mean, the significance of an angel falling and not legitimately anything else she has.
Nick says that now both of his grandmother's dogs have become absolutely petrified of the kitchen. He says that both dogs sit and stare at the kitchen every night and often just refuse to enter that room.
I was watching my show and
Diyan nakatayo yung lola niya, di ba? Sa unang...
There's nothing there.
Yung dalawang aso doon na nakatingin. Tapos ang dilim. Hindi nakikita na yan pag ganyan. Oo.
But then things get even creepier. Because one night, the Roomba at Nick's grandmother's house again just starts to act very strange.
Whoa.
Putak, kinikilabutan ako. Ang linaw ng camera niya. Sana all. Kasi sa yung iba pag sinuzoom, ang labo na eh. Oh, patay. Pupunta na naman sa kanya. Papunta na naman sa kanya. Dahan-dahan pa oh. Gago, sa kanya talaga papunta. Mahirap dito, bakit yung yung nakasmile na ito emoji, baliktad. Diba, no? Papalapit sa kanya pero baliktad eh, oh. Ano ibig sabihin ng pag ganun?
Yo.
Sinusundan talaga siya, oh. Hindi ko lang talaga maintindihan kung para saan to. Oh, wala akong alam sa ganyan. Oh, comment nyo lang sa akin kung ano yan. wala akong idea. Parang gusto kong bumili, no? Yung ganyan style, lang cute eh. Pag nalaman ko kung ano siya, kung anong para saan siya ginagamit.
Oh, that's cool.
Sinusundan talaga siya. Kahit saan siya pumunta, oh. Gusto ko pa naman bumili ng ganyan. Ang cute kasi. Sana wag naman ganyan. Kung magkakaroon ako ng ganyan, wag naman sana ganyan mangyari sa akin. Yung creepy niyan. Sana. Uy, Jesus! Na bumaliktad bigla eh, no? Magugulatin pa naman ako. Alam nyo naman yan, di ba? Sa mga previous na video ko, kung napapanood nyo. May part doon talaga na nagugulat ako. Malakas ako magulat.
Now, the Roomba following Nick around and crashing down the stairs is odd enough. Because, well, they're just not supposed to do that. But the Roomba flipping over on its own has absolutely no explanation. Nick says that his grandmother found the Roomba in the living room and placed it back in the kitchen. He says that since this, the Roomba has just not moved again, despite having a full charge. But he does say that his grandma's two dogs are still scared of the device and often just stare at it. End of the road.
Ang nakakatakot doon yung sa una kanina, yung lola niya nakatayo. Hindi man lang umaharap sa kanya, di ba? Kasi hindi man lang nagalaw.
Sam Rossi is an independent truck driver in Southeast Asia. He regularly posts his experiences and adventures as he drives his truck across the countryside of Indonesia. Late one night, Sam is driving his truck along a long, lonely stretch of road that locals claim is haunted by a dark spirit. Just after he crosses a bridge in the middle of nowhere, his truck suddenly breaks down.
Ya bener. Bener sampean. Bener sampean. Apa jenenge?
Nakakatakot to, masisiraan ka ng truck tapos ganyan yung paligid. Oh. Ay, puchang.
Tignan mo naman oh.
Tignan mo naman, tignan mo yung paligid.
Masin kusing keder. Where's that service ya, sorry ya. Hawa ni.
Sam can't understand what's wrong because he says that he's just recently had the truck checked and serviced. And this is when things take a terrifying turn.
Aku saiki ngomong yo, mambune moro-moro mambune gak enak lur. Mambu melati campur amis. Sapa iku? Sapa? Si ambu amis lur yo.
Amoy isda.
Sapa?
Ay, gago, wag. Uy, utang. Uy.
To, sapa iki?
Utang ina mo. Lagi, wala.
Kulot! Kulot! Muncul lah.
Kulot daw, kulot. Sabi niya, kulot.
Sam smells something horrible and peers under his truck, only to see
Uy, putang ina, tingnan niyo naman, nakalutang.
peers under his truck, only to see someone's bare feet that seem to be floating just above the pavement on the other side. But when he checks, there's no one there. After this spooky encounter and with his truck stalled on the road, Sam decides to get out of there and go find some help. Scurry videos. Now these are videos that kind of fit this scary genre, but
Layo ng tatakbuhin mo para manghingi ng tulong mo. Ang masaklap pa kasi nun, mamaya pagpasok mo sa loob ng truck, katabi mo na.
they're kind of goofy or funny. Maybe just goofy. Anyway, you decide. First up, a man spots something terrifying peering at him from the corner of his door frame.
Ano yan? Gago parang mukha. Ay, gago, ano yan?
And then it was just his cat. But how did it get up there? Was it something supernatural?
Pusa lang pala.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't anything supernatural. Next, we move on to something really scary that actually makes its way inside the door. The result is truly disturbing.
I'm gonna cry. Mama, let's go. I'm gonna cry. Mama, let's go.
Ito maganda kay Nuke's Top 5 eh. Sa ibang video niya, pagka huli, lagi merong ano eh, kahit paano pampatanggal din ng takot, di ba? May mga nakakatawa din sa yung malapit na matapos. Nakakatakot din
Some
yung
say
ipis,
that this unfortunate woman never made it out of that room.
Nakakatakot din yung ipis lalo pag nalipad.
And then some say she just stepped on that roach.
Yan talaga yung
Continuing
mapapatilig
on,
eh.
sometimes we hear about strange things that are said to be the result of paranormal activity, but we only have the story and experience of the person who witnessed it. Case in point.
Gagi, ginalaw ng pusa eh. No? Kala niya may multo eh, oh. Ayun yung pusa.
Afterwards, this very scared guy watched the CCTV, and he felt like an idiot, I would assume. Now, finally, if you believe in strange creatures and cryptids, well, the road maintenance crew in Australia is right there with you.
Hang on a goddamn minute. Hang on a goddamn minute. There's a fucking what in 40 kilometers? Where the fuck are we going?
Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully, I'll see you back again next time.
I'm gonna cry. Mom, let's go.
Pucha nila, na-miss ko to. Na-miss ko mag-reaction video. So yun, na-miss ko mag-reaction video. Ito, tutuloy-tuloy na natin ulit mag-reaction video. So yun, nasira lang talaga yung hard drive disk ko, sayang. Kasi malaki pa naman yun, nasa 500 gig. Oo. So ito din naman yung SSD, ang gagamitin ko SSD na. Ang maganda kasi sa SSD mabilis. Kaya yun. Saka medyo malaki na yung capacity nito. Parang katulad din ng hard drive disk ko. At saka ito hindi basta-basta masisira to. Ayun. Yung hard drive disk kasi mabagsak lang ng kahit napakababa lang nun. Pag inayos mo yung computer. Pag nabagsak lang ng siguro ganito lang kataas. Sira na yun. Yun ang problema doon. So yun guys, no, maraming maraming salamat sa panonood ulit na sinamahan nyo kung manood ulit kay Nuke Stop 5, no. Okay, tutuloy-tuloy na natin ulit yung reaction video natin na hanggang sa susunod na i-upload ko. So yun. So yun lang guys, no. Bye-bye.